Hello. In this tutorial, you will see how to create and send a signature folder in a few steps. So let's start with the quick menu up here. From your quick menu, you could click on Create a Folder, and in a folder, you could include several documents. And you'll see here that you may have several folder types. So if you do, you have to choose which one you want to work from. You could consider folder types as a shared workspace or maybe a directory where folders from the same department are organized. So I'll work from the sales directory or sales folder type, and then you could hit next step. This is where you're going to upload your documents. So you have the option to click here and add from your files, or you could simply drag and drop from here, which is what I'm going to do. I'll add my contract, and then I will be able to save my added documents. But just note here that if I had templates, a template for this document, then the system would recognize it and would apply all the signature fields from the template directly on the document. I hit Save Documents, and now next step. From here, I'm able to add my signers. So I'm there by default as a potential signer, and I could add new signatories over here. The list over here reveals all the recent external signatories, anybody who is not part of my company, or rather anybody who does not have a user profile in my database, in my system. All users from my company will be found in this category. Okay, so I could just go ahead and search for my external signatory because Alex has already signed for me in the past, so I don't need to create Alex again. I just add Alex, but if I had to create somebody brand new, I would just hit this create signer and I would be able to create a new signer for my database. I'll just go and modify Alex's credentials here because I want to show you the different authentication types. So you see there are several options. Email only, of course, the person, Alex, would only receive an email, and then from there would be able to access the document to sign. The next two options here are double authentications. So this is what we strongly recommend in order to add security and assurance that the right person is signing. Email and phone or SMS means that Alex will receive an email and then Alex will receive a five-digit code that he will have to enter correctly in order to access the document and sign it. Email and secret question is what I'm going to choose now in my example. And you could see here that there are several different questions that could be asked and answered. So I will choose secret code and I will enter 1234 as the code that I want Alex to add. Language, English or French. So does Alex speak English or French? I want the person to receive the instructions, the signing instructions in their own language. So I hit save from here and I add selected signatories. From here, I'm able to go to my next step. This is where I need to add the fields to the document where signatures are required. So if I had used a template, the fields would already be in place. In this case, they're not, so I need to go add them manually. You'll see that I have different options for fields, signature fields. I also have form fields. So here are all my signature fields. Here are my form fields, which include, of course, radio buttons, check boxes, drop-down lists, etc. I also see here my different signers on the document. So if I want my client, Alex, to, for example, initialize this document, I just go into here and drag the initials. I continue down the page, drag another initial, and then as I go down, I will add the client signature right here. Now, if I want to have Paula, the rep, sign in a second step, so after Alex has completed his signatures, then Paula would be notified in this second step. I just change the step and add, drag and drop the signature field for Paula. I'll save this, and now it takes me to my last and fifth step, where I see the sending information. So up on top here represents the folder name and the message subject that the signer will receive. So I will take, by default, the system will use the name of the document that you added and will add the time and date, but I'm able to modify as I wish. Okay. And you will also see the option to add a message to all. The system will default a basic message inviting your signers to sign, but you're able to personalize this message to whatever you want it to be. Okay, as I scroll down, you see that Alex will be the first to receive the document, so ready to go with the check mark. And after Alex has signed, well, then Paula will receive a notification to sign her document. And now you could just hit send eZsign file and off it goes. So now Alex will receive the email, but you'll see that the system will now bring you back into your folder. So here's my folder, and what you see is your document. Now, if you had several documents, they would all be listed one under the other here. We only have one right now, and you're able to see what actions are required of your signers. So we see here Alex is in step 1, so needs to sign first, and then Paula will sign second after Alex has signed. The system will send her a notification that she needs to sign. And your signers are down here. If you need to modify anything on them, you're able to click here on the three dots and simply edit the signatory. So let's go see now what Alex has received. Alex received a document here. You have documents to sign in the folder. This is the folder name that we previously changed. That's what Alex will see. And then we invite Alex to sign. So hello, Alex. Paula has sent your document to consult and sign. Alex is able to view and or sign the document right here. We want to begin the process. And then the secret code is requested. So of course I would have advised Alex of what the answer should be. And then I could validate my answer. I read and agree to these terms. Alex sees the document here. Alex is even able to download the original document if ever they want to review it. Though they are able to review it directly here, the option to download is available. So I'll just hit start in order to set my initials and complete what's required. And then I will just sign over here. And you'll see that a message quite clear is given to the signer. There are still actions to complete on this document. You have completed the signature process for this document. Other signatories of the file must affix their signatures to the document. And then when all is done, a copy will be sent to everyone. So the person is able to log out and their job is done. So when Paula receives a notification that she has something to sign, she will see on her homepage over here that she has pending signatures. By clicking on this number, she will be able to access the document that needs to be signed. So now I could see Alex's signatures and I can now sign myself by clicking here. Once the document is completely signed by everybody, then I am able to download the document, and you will see that Alex will receive a email with the completed document and the proof of signature. All these sendings can be personalized and configured to your liking.